Interesting. Well, we now know... How did... Wait. How did Paul know that the cleaner mugged us? Did he bring the DVD back to Paul? And if so, why did he not proffer it up to us? Huh. We still need to ask James about that, though. What about you, James? Ever rented a costume?
Seen this anywhere before?
Nope.
All right, easy enough.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
I guess we just need to re-explore everywhere now. Ooh. I wonder... Is this to maybe the garage or the car? The garage? What have we here? Several bicycles. Some guitars.
So, those are Ryan's guitars, kept in a garage. Not really the best place to keep them.
No, especially acoustic ones, where they can get damp or too damp or too dry and damage the wood. Why is that something we're going to be asking about, I wonder? Huh. The way that Paul dismissed us, does that mean that we can't speak with him anymore right now? Is he occupied sort of in the same fashion that that Ryan is? Sorry, just kind of lost in thought there, clicking everywhere but the place I needed to go. Yeah, we can't go inside the Brandon house and talk to him anymore. We do have new interviewing points. Don't know why James would know anything about Ryan's guitar collection, but that's why we ask, isn't it?
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Okay, he wouldn't know.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Well, his wife certainly would, wouldn't she?
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Yes, it appears she would.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
He tries. He does keep wasting money on them, though. I think he believes if he buys the right one, he'll suddenly turn into Jimi Hendrix. Sad, really. I just let him play in his room. As long as he plays in there, I don't mind.
You just spoke about Ryan as if he was your son instead of your husband.
That's all for the moment. Thank
It's
you.
a bit telling, don't you think? Well, Emma's the one that's more likely of these two to know something about it, since she is or was romantically involved with him.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
I'm not sure if that's actually still going on. She spoke about it in the past tense, but who knows if it actually is ended.
What do you know about Ryan's guitar collection?
I know he plays, because he tried to buy one off me.
Do you play?
I used to. I used to be in a band, but I was a singer as well, so I got away with it.
Singer as well?
Yeah, I used to sing in a band every night. But sometimes it was in a pub, but usually at Rebecca's.
What was that called?
It was called Blackstone. And this guy from a record company once came to see us, and he said the band was rubbish, but that I was good. So after that, I don't think they liked me much, and then we broke up after college.
Can't hide talent.
Why did you not tell us that you were in a band with Liam? Is there something I can contradict about that? Liam's death? Once again, Emma, you have been caught in a lie.
Aha.
That band you sang in, Blackstone. Who else was in the band?
Just a few people from college.
Including Liam?
Yeah.
Why did you say you didn't know him?
No, it's not that. I just thought you meant that I didn't know about his suicide.
Did you?
No, I was away on holiday.
When he died?
Yeah, I only knew him through the band.
I don't believe you.
She definitely knows more than she's saying. She was in a band with Liam, but didn't know about his problem. I'm not sure I believe you, Emma.
I definitely don't believe you. There's no sure about it or not to it. Oh! We forgot to ask Rebecca and James about this. I forgot that that was even in our thing. Well, let's ask Emma about it, I guess.
What do you know about Paul Rand?
Paul the Slime.
You've obviously met him then.
Yes, I have.
What do you know about him committing a fake theft during one of the courses?
What, about him going through people's bags? Yeah, he tried that thing on me as well, weirdo.
So you were at Third Eye?
Yes.
Finally.
Yes, I went there for a few months after college and I left because I hated it. And I didn't know Atlas was the same thing. And I went with Simon.
Does Simon know that?
No. I didn't want to burst his bubble, so I didn't say anything.
So he doesn't know you went to Third Eye?
No.
Ah! So is that where you met Ryan as well?
Yep.
Right. What didn't you like about the course?
Well, it was stupid. They just made you do things to other people and be abusive just to prove that you could, and I absolutely hated it.
What sort of things?
Oh, just stupid things. Nasty things to prove that you could do it. It was about not feeling guilty. And it was horrible. That's why I left.
And is Simon doing all of this stuff now?
No, I think they had to stop because it was just getting ridiculous. I think somebody got arrested or something.
Very interesting.
Who got arrested? We finally got her to admit that she was part of Third Eye. So that's good. Didn't Paul say that Liam died the night that he did the stealing? So that is another lie, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, it'd be so much easier if you would just tell us the truth, Emma. It's making you look very, very suspicious.
Aha.
So, you witnessed Paul's money-stealing stunt, is that right?
Yes.
But you weren't there when Liam died.
No.
Don't quite understand that, you see, because Paul pulled the stunt on the same night. Liam died later that evening.
I must have got mixed up.
So you don't know anything about Liam's death, even though you were there on that night?
No.
Emma. I think you better explain, don't you?
It was the stupid course, wasn't it?
Go on.
Well, we were all told to do stupid things and then that thieving thing happened and so...
Take a breath, Emma.
Liam killed himself because of me.
Why?
Liam had a birthmark on the side of his face. And no one would mention anything, even though we all knew it was there. And they all thought it was ugly. So I thought I'd say something, and I even asked Paul if it was okay to say it.
What did he say?
He said he wouldn't mind. Then Liam killed himself. Liam's dead because of me.
Well, Emma, I'm quite sure you regret what you said, but I really don't think you caused Liam's death. There's always more to these things than meets the eye. It wasn't your fault.
We can't tell Simon, please.
Simon doesn't need to know. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Well, I kind of understand where her lies were coming from now.
9 o'clock. Poor Emma. I suppose it's possible that what she said led to Liam's death, but I really doubt it. I blame the Rands before I blame her.
Yeah, me too. Me too, definitely. Alright, let's ask James
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
about the theft stunt, since we forgot to. Oh, well, never mind, he wouldn't know about it. Doesn't know about that. What about Emma's guilt? Nope. James is just a recluse, it seems.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Kind of doubt that Rebecca will know anything about Emma's
more
guilt
questions, please.
either,
Thank
but
you.
we've got to make for sure. Yep, unlikely. And can we ask Simon about this without breaking our promise to Emma?
Did you know about Paul's money stealing at Atlas?
Are you talking about a particular incident or just in general?
It's something he did on the course. Stunt.
And what did he do exactly?
Oh, well, he pretended to steal from the students.
That doesn't ring a bell. Paul's stunts usually involve throwing fancy dress parties with scantily clad girls or women dressed as nurses. That's his usual fetish.
When was the last party he threw?
Sometime in the summer. I didn't stay long.
Why did you go if you despise them so?
Ask you a couple more things, please.
And it did teleport us out, so... Yeah, we can't ask him. We've promised not to. Alright. Oh, we haven't asked... Ah, yeah, we've got to do this. Well, what about the thieving?
What do you know about Paul stealing money from students? Part of a stunt or something?
What, did he do that? I've never heard about anything like that. No, it might be part of the risk-taking thing, though.
Explain that.
Well, it's part of the course. You have to do something dangerous or risky, something you wouldn't normally do.
Something dangerous?
Well, not dangerous, just risky. Like saying something you wouldn't normally say to someone, or doing something unusual.
Like stealing from other students?
Well, we didn't do anything like that, but you have to tell everyone at the end of the course anyway. And you're not allowed to do anything that would hurt or offend anyone, or you're not allowed to do anything really bad. It's all pretend, really.
It seems a bit odd for a business course.
It works, though.
Does it? How can it be risky if it wouldn't hurt or offend? Maybe your definition of risky is hitting on someone that you would normally be too scared to, but okay. What about guitars?
What do you know about Ryan's guitar collection?
Well, not a whole lot. I know he brought a guitar to one of the groups once, at the end of one of the stages. That's the only time I've seen him with a guitar.
Alright, well Simon must be through with the course. The way that he speaks about it. He might have said that, I just don't remember. And he definitely wasn't at the meeting tonight, and again, we can't ask him about Emma's guilt, so...
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Perhaps Ryan is back at Atlas. Or in an accessible state, at least, since the time's advanced. Wait, what? We've got a magnifying glass here now? Is that because of these boxes? Is that a
That'll come
flashlight?
in handy. Don't know why I never remembered to buy one.
Shouldn't it be standard issue? As an inspector? I imagine that we can use that to further investigate in the shed behind the pub and maybe even in the garage behind Brandon House. Well, is there anything new down here? Makes me think I should be re-exploring now instead of just asking questions of everyone. Ooh. There's just a pile of DVDs? Atlas Life Training Skills? Is that what it said?
Freedom, true freedom, means freedom from many vices that society had traditionally believed to be virtues. Self-criticism, self-doubt, guilt. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not virtues. These are sins. Born of a fake morality implanted deep within our minds and collective consciousness by governments and religions through the ages, with the sole purpose of preventing the masses, stopping us from achieving the same success, happiness, and freedom enjoyed by those at the very pinnacle of society. I'm going to show you that common morality is nothing more than the cynical creation of an elite desperate to stay in power. An elite hell-bent on preventing you from reaching your full potential by making you feel guilty for pursuing success. But the good news is that you can take back control. You can become the success you deserve to be. Atlas will give you a unique and powerful advantage. Life in all its technicolor glory can be yours. All that you have to do is to stay, embrace it, enjoy it,
And by God, give me money.
learn to love your ambition. Welcome to Atlas.
Uh-huh. Well, that was certainly one big load of bullcrap, wasn't it? Did that add anything? I didn't see it pop up. Apparently not. Because it's just an interesting little back filler. Can we speak to Ryan now? The door to the right's available again. And empty it appears. At least the lights are back on.
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
We have a lot to talk about with you, sir. Yeah, let's start with these, dolls.
So tell me more about this doll burning.
It's a symbolic ceremony we perform every few weeks on the course.
What's it about?
It's about burning your old personality and finding a new one, a better one.
So the dolls are...
You. They represent you from the past. Each doll has a picture of the student as a child or a teenager, and they burn the doll and symbolically destroy their old personality. It's quite simple but effective, I find.
And why did that girl shout?
Because it's an emotional thing. She's quite clearly become very attached to her doll. They do spend the first month with them. We tell them to take the doll everywhere with them before they actually go through the doll burning.
And you believe that's a good thing? Destroying your past?
Of course it's a good thing, Inspector. We're all shackled to our past, particularly you by the sound of it. Perhaps we should make a doll of you, Inspector, and burn that. What do you think?
No, thank you.
You're probably right. I'm not sure it would do any good anyway.
Uh-huh. Perhaps if you'd come down off that high horse, we could have an actual conversation. And, just as a point on my beliefs, our past is what makes us who we are. If we destroy that, then we're no longer anybody. Alright, what about auto-hypnosis?
Can you tell me about auto-hypnosis?
Now, what would you like to know?
Do you use it on the course?
We dip into it occasionally, but it's not a major feature of the course. I would say that, well, a minority of the students know how to use it, but the majority wouldn't know and have a clue.
It's not a requirement of the course.
No, not at all. We don't ask people to do things that they're not comfortable with. There's no bribery, no coercion. We're thinking about phasing auto-hypnosis out, actually.
What's the reason for that?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Inspector, it doesn't actually work very well.
Your father said it was already phased out. What about this, costume bag?
Do you know what this is?
Well, I think it's a bag. Is it a bag, Inspector?
The shop.
Oh, yes, the costume shop. Yes, we used to hire from them.
For the course.
Well, yes. For the course, at the end of each stage, we have a little party, and we ask students to dress up or try acting out being somebody new, their new selves, as it were.
Could you explain a bit more? New selves?
One of the main elements of the course is learning how to act, how to be whoever you need to be in any given situation. I think you'll agree, Inspector, that business is about being the right person in the right situation at the right time. What it does, it helps them to detach themselves, become somebody new, pretend, you know that kind of thing. It's surprising what a little bit of cross-dressing can do for you, Inspector. You should try it.
Not at this stage.
Okay. This gets... I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with dressing up or, whatever, but this whole becoming someone else, it's almost as if they're trying to teach the students to never be themselves, to always be playing a role, which may actually be what it is. Had we showed the DVD to him? We can't ask about it anymore since it was stolen, can we? Well, then tell me about your very unpleasant father stealing things.
What do you know about your father's money-stealing stunt?
Oh, well, yes, that was something that Dad decided to do as part of the shock aspect of the course.
But he went too far, you believe.
He usually does.
And do you think it did have anything to do with Liam's death?
No. Liam wasn't like that at all. I mean, that was just a simple, unfortunate coincidence. I mean, Liam had his own problems, but he didn't have any problems with the money shock stunt. No.
So say you. Not really inclined to believe anything you say at this point. What about your collection?
I didn't realize you were a musician.
Oh, well, I'm not really a musician. I mean, I dabble a little bit. To be quite honest with you, I'm far more interested in collecting guitars.
You're not in a band?
Well, I did audition. I did audition a few years ago. When I say a few years ago, of course, I mean about 20 years ago. Doesn't time fly?
What band was that?
Oh, I can't remember. Something Stone. Aren't they all called something Stone? Hammerstone. That's it.
And you still collect?
I haven't bought a guitar for over a year. I feel I've moved on.
That was a very weird expression there at the end. Very interesting that the band he auditioned for was called Hammerstone, when the band that Emma was in was called Blackstone. Very similar, wouldn't you say? What do you know about your mistress's guilt?
What do you know about Emma Bowman criticizing Liam before his suicide?
I was there. I witnessed it. Well, I know Emma blamed herself for his death.
Did she?
Well, she was upset and all of that, but I wouldn't blame her, Inspector. I really don't think she had anything to do with it at all.
You don't think?
Liam was a very confident person, very outgoing, very strong individual, or so it seemed. I mean, people are free to do what they like. Even something as irreversible as bumping themselves off. Sad though that is, of course.
Okay. Did Ryan ever mention the band Blackstone, or was that only Emma and Rebecca? Okay, I think that's about all that we can do here. I can't find any mention of Blackstone in here, so I guess we're just tripping back through and exploring everywhere. And I guess we need to ask others about Emma's guilt. I don't know that anyone else would know anything, though. Maybe Rebecca? Alright, can we use the light here? Yes, we can. Lots of discarded dishes. Ooh, what's this? Car? Couldn't make out what else was written on there. Evil devil worshippers?
Well, well. And there's the mask symbol again. Looks like someone's been trying to make a point.
Wonder if that was James. Seems like something he might do. Uh-huh. Check out the restaurant. Never anything going on here. Just like previously at Brandon House and at the end of the road, but Brandon House actually has the garage we can open now. We might as well question Rebecca since we're here.
A few more questions, please.
Even though we haven't got a lot of new things to question her about. Yeah, Rebecca wouldn't know about that. What can you tell me about this?
Have you ever seen these?
It's Ryan's car. It got vandalised last year. His camera had been stolen, so I took pictures. Ugh, whoever did it made a mess, didn't they?
But nobody was prosecuted for it.
Not that I remember. The insurance paid out, though.
Okay. I suspect we will find out
Thank
that
you. Probably back
James
later.
was the vandalizer. And honestly, since we haven't done it in a while, let's, oh, we can enter Brandon House
Ask you
now.
a couple more things, please.
Okay, so we've actually got a couple of things to ask Paul here.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
Ryan? Ryan couldn't get a tune out of a radio. He's tone deaf.
Okay, so he's never tried to go professional.
If he did try, it was never going to happen.
Great. Glad to know you're so supportive. Ooh, we can ask him about Emma's guilt.
Do you think Emma's criticism of Liam on that last night led to his suicide?
I doubt it helped.
Did you encourage Emma to criticize him?
I didn't encourage Emma to do anything. I merely told her what we tell every student to do, to express themselves as they want to. It would be out of order to criticize them after that, wouldn't it? However, I didn't expect her to criticize his birthmark, if that's what it was. That's a decision she took herself.
So you didn't know her well?
No, not at all.
She said she asked you if you thought it would be okay. What about these vandalism photos?
Do you know what these are?
Yes, that's Ryan's car. Another toy he managed to ruin. It was vandalized sometime last year.
Do you know who did it?
I don't believe anybody was ever prosecuted for it.
That's not exactly an answer. Just because no one was prosecuted for it doesn't mean you don't know who did it. Okay, well. Can we get anything more from here between the remote control and the torch? Oh, okay. So I guess not. You know, we haven't tried to call the chief in a while. Maybe we should do that. Oh, okay.
Jenks, I presume.
Yes, Chief. Bit more news. It turns out Emma was with Liam on the night he died, and she thinks she caused him to commit suicide. She made fun of him, mocked him as part of the course.
Nice nice of her. Why did she do that?
Requirement of the course, apparently. To say something offensive. It's meant to encourage free thinking.
Interesting opinion. And I suppose the Rands just think that's what, par for the course or something like that, do they?
Well, Paul wasn't too bothered. He claims he didn't know Emma, so couldn't have predicted what she was going to do.
That doesn't wash. What does Emma say about him?
She does not like him. Really doesn't like him.
So she must have known him well enough. How well did he know her?
He claims not very well.
Well, make sure he's telling the truth. Oh, I've got a cup of coffee to make.
Coffee. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Chief.
Bye.
Okay, so according to that conversation, the chief seems to be indicating that there's a contradiction in Paul's interview. So that may be something we need to dig into. But first, I do want to go and continue looking around the area and re-questioning everyone with the new evidence. Alright, so the only thing we can ask James about is the vandalized car photos.
Know anything about these?
Nope. Really? You didn't do this? I was fairly positive it was
For
you.
the time being, thank you.
Huh. Let's ask Simon and Emma about the car vandalism.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Oh, there we go.
Have you seen these before?
No. Don't know the car.
Really? That's a little strange. Did he get rid of it before that you joined Atlas?
Thank you. Probably be back later.
What about you, Emma?
Do you know anything about these?
Nope. Sorry.
That's also very strange that she wouldn't recognize that car, since she was having an affair with Ryan.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Huh. Well, I guess we need to see what the man himself has to say about it. Tell me about your devil worshipping. Thought that was behind you, Ryan.
Do you know what these are?
Oh, yes, that's my old car. It was vandalized. I took those for the insurance company. Where did you find those?
At the pub. You know who did this?
Yes. A girl called Lisa Blint. She was on the course, very strange girl.
And why did she write the words devil worshippers all over your car?
Well, she was a very strange girl. She had a lot of psychological problems. I'm not entirely sure, Inspector. I mean, she took a dislike to the course for some particular reason. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And she asked for a refund. I declined. And she decided to spray her disapproval all over my car.
Odd thing to spray, isn't it, though? Devil worshippers?
Well, she was a very odd girl, Inspector. Maybe she thought it was a way of getting back at us. I've no idea.
Did Rebecca know about it?
Well, yes, she did, but I wasn't about to unleash Rebecca on her. She can be quite fierce sometimes, you know. And I mean, the girl wasn't vindictive. She had psychological problems. She lives in the village, actually. The run-down house at the end of the lane. Can't miss it.
Really? Right, thank you.
So, is that what the dead-end road is? Are you sure you don't know why she called you devil worshippers? Didn't you used to read about satanic rituals? Maybe she found out about that. Alright, let's go.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Let's go see if we can find this Lisa Blint.
Could that be where Lisa lives? Run-down house at the end of the lane. That's what Ryan said, wasn't it?
Okay, so this indicates that there will eventually be something in the restaurant part of the pub, too, because there's been no area that has been unused thus far.
Is it Lisa?
Yes.
Inspector Jenks, I'm investigating an incident in the village. I wonder if I could ask you a few questions.
What sort of incident?
I'd rather come in and discuss it if that's all right with you. I promise I won't take long. Thank you. I'll just go in here, yes?
I have to go out in a minute.
Oh, look, I can come back later.
I might not be here. What did you want to ask?
I just wanted to ask you, did you know Kate Vine?
No.
Right. Well, I heard that you're familiar with Atlas, the life skills training company.
What do you want to know about Atlas?
Well, I heard you reacted badly to it.
Of course I reacted badly. So would anyone.
Now, why do you say that?
Because they're devil worshippers.
Devil worshippers?
They're making demons appear. They're tricking everybody. They're getting people to join up, then they're putting demons inside them. You can see them.
See who?
Demons.
Where could you see them?
In the mirrors.
At Atlas?
Any mirror. You can't get rid of them. They stay inside you.
So, how did you get rid of them?
I didn't.
You still see them?
I just don't look. I put all the lights on. I make sure it's all bright. I put them on when I need to look in the mirror. If I make sure everything is bright, I just see myself without seeing the other person.
Who is the other person?
She's like me, but older. It's like her eyes sink in. She's all wrinkled, with a wrinkled mouth. Like she's dying. And then I realize I'm her. I'm not me anymore. I'm her. I'm sorry, I have to go now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm kind of at a loss for words there. What did we get? Lisa's accusation. Honestly, while I'm very suspicious about Atlas, it seems very murky. I'm not sure I believe that they summoned demons and people, but this is a game, so maybe they did? Ooh.